Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the campus of Bellas Free Academy, home of your BFA Comets and Bobwhites for tonight's Division I boys basketball matchup between the visiting CVU Redhawks and your BFA Bobwhites. Fans, please remember to throw smoke anywhere on school grounds. Students are reminded that they lose their ability to react their lead. BFA is our opponents tonight. CVU remind participants and spectators the requirement to behave in a respectful manner. Sportsmanship and safe playing environments are top priorities for all Vermont school sponsored activities. This is especially true with respect to persons, race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, national origin, ethnic differences, or disability. Let's all work together to ensure a healthy, supportive, and positive learning environment for everyone involved. Fans, at this time, we ask you to please rise, if you're able, and kindly remove your caps as we honor our heritage tonight, singing our national anthem by BFA student Nora Gates. Tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting CVU Redhawks. A junior guard, number 1, Charlie Sharon. A junior guard, number 3, Adrian Polilli. A junior forward, number 10, Prodige Bikulin. A junior forward, number 11, Owen Scott. And a junior forward, number 15, Connor Dubois. Bobwhites are led by head coach Tristan Menard, assisted by Sean Earl and Sean Sweeney. Officials for tonight's contest are Mr. Jeff Blanchard, Scott Chandler, and Dylan Movie. Athletic trainer on duty is Miss Megan Robertel.
On the BFA website that was updated this afternoon. Behind CVU by a total of 0.11 index points. Raptoy gets the scoring started. A three-pointer, BFA with an early 3-0 lead. Just a minute and a half into this game. Redhawks 11-6 overall, 8-5 in the Metro. They are one spot ahead of BFA in the D1 rankings. They are fifth with 2.82 index points. Again, only 0.11 index point above BFA. So tonight's game, a lot on the line with only 2 regular season games remaining for both teams in terms of playoff standing. Baseline drive off the knee of Munger, counted as a turnover. And here's Trip Raptoy. He's going to drive, stop at the free throw line. One pass, three-pointer up, good for Michael LaValle. His first points of the game makes it a 6-0 game for BFA. 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Halilling now to Sharon. Sharon looking around, goes down low. The turn, offensive foul going to be called on Connor Dubois. You could see it on the turn. Solid defense by Michael LaValle to draw the offensive foul. That's the first team foul. 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Last 2 games for both teams, BFA had a win versus Burlington on the 12th, 58-52, and then a loss Monday at Mount Mansfield, 55-64. For CVU, they have a 2-game win streak coming into tonight. A win at St. J on the 12th, 59-55. The drive by LaValle, he has 5 of BFA's 8 points. They're off to an early 8-0 lead. And then the Redhawks won Monday versus Colchester at home, looking to extend their win streak to 3. BFA lost their last game, trying to get back into the win column. Again, a lot on the line, potentially in terms of playoff standings in D1. BFA foul on number 43, Ryan Munger. That's his first, team's first, 4:53 on the clock in the first quarter. CVU still looking for their first points of the game. A little more than 3 minutes in. Here's DuBois over the outstretched arms of Michael LaValle, but off target. Here's BFA. They could take a double-digit lead on this possession this early in the game. Of course, we have seen before BFA take large leads over CVU specifically. I remember in the game they played here last season, BFA jumped out to an early big lead, and then CVU went on about a 20-0 run in the second quarter. That totally flipped the game. So BFA trying to make sure the history doesn't repeat itself. CVU foul on number 1, Charlie Charon. That's his first, team second. These two teams have played once already this season. On January 20th at CVU, BFA won 51-44 and actually snapped a 16-game losing streak to CVU. That includes the playoffs, dating back to the 2014-15 season. The last time BFA had beaten CVU was on 2014. BFA won here at home, 69-55. BFA now trying to sweep the season series. The turn, the drive, the basket. Ryan Lockerbie, his first points of the game. 10-0 lead for the Bobwhites halfway through the first quarter. Polilling in the corner, drives baseline, kicks out. Quick pump fake by Simons, now stuck down low. Double teamed, long pass to opposite corner, three-pointer, no good. Out of bounds, it will stay right there with the Redhawks. Sullivan Stebbins checks into the game for the Bobwhites. Jovel inbounding to Scott. Scott goes baseline, stopped at the block, guarded by Raptoy. Now has to kick the ball out. CVU gonna reset their offense. Turn down the lane, stopped just inside the free throw line. Pass out to DuBois. Now Scott. Polilling probing the BFA defense. BFA's defense not letting anything easy inside. CVU sort of trying to figure out BFA's zone. Long possession here for the Redhawks. Credit to them, they are being nice and patient. But also credit to the BFA defense. Fadeaway jumper, Owen Scott. 5 minutes into the first quarter, gets the scoring started for the Redhawks. Trailing 2-10, 2:40 on the clock here in the first quarter. Lockerbie, guarded by DuBois. Gonna try to back his way down, trying to catch Sullivan Stebbins, who is cutting baseline, but passing lane wasn't quite there. Either way, they draw a foul on CVU. That is on number 11, Owen Scott. His first, team's third. Michael LaValle has early 7 points, 7 of BFA's 12 points. BFA up 12-2. Ball loose on the ground. Simons taking direction from the bench. Coach Ernie Duncan telling him where to go. Simons in the lane, tried the shovel pass, eventually handled by Dubois. And 3 seconds called on the Red Hawks. Again, BFA's defense holding strong early in this one. Minute 30 to go in the first quarter. Trip Raptoy, guarded by Jovel. Now the drive for Stebbins. Stebbins, a freshman, getting lots of time here in this early quarter. Miscommunication, ball goes out of bounds, turns over to CVU. Kaliling dribbling the ball up for CVU, going to the left side. BFA now switching to a man-to-man defense. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Corner three, up, good. Owen Scott with all 5 points for CVU in this opening quarter. Brady Gangle breaks up the pass, trying to hit the baseline backdoor cut. And we'll get a foul called on BFA, number 30. Sullivan Stebbins, it's his first, team's third. 26.2 to go on the clock. So 22 seconds to go on the clock here in the first quarter. Here's Trip Raptoy, 15 seconds. BFA gonna try to get the last shot, not gonna work out. Ryan Lockerbie called for the offensive foul on the moving screen. That's Lockerbie's first, team's fourth. And so now CVU with 13.2 on the clock has a chance to cut this game to 5 or 4. 5 seconds to go. Here's the drive, the floater off the backboard, touched every part of the rim and bounced out. And that will do it for the first quarter. BFA with a 12-5 lead over the CVU Redhawks. We'll take this opportunity to thank our community partners that help make this broadcast possible. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, the Afterglow Foundation, Northwestern Rehab Services, My Healthy Vermont, Notch, Stones Auto, St. Albans and Fairfield, Stewart's Clarence Brown, Handy Cars, Union Bank, JC Image, and Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to join our community partners and contribute to the production of these games, please contact Paul Snyder at Northwest Access TV at 802-782-8676. And I would not be a good board member of Northwest Access TV if I did not mention we are a nonprofit, 501c3 nonprofit. And we would welcome your donations if you appreciate our free broadcasts of winter high school sports. Go to northwestaccess.tv/donate. We very much appreciate you watching and your generosity. BFA starting things off here in the second quarter. Ball is loose, still loose on the ground, a mad dash. And we have a jump ball called possession CVU. Again, a tight matchup between these two teams in terms of playoff seeding. CVU currently ranked 5th in the D1 standings. BFA 6th. One seed separating them, only .11 index points. So this game is huge for both teams with only 2 regular season games remaining. Palilling goes to the left side. Quick pump fake, ball loose. Diving on the ground, Sullivan Stebbins, the freshman with the hustle play. And here's BFA trying to take advantage. Jumper for Rabtoy, nothing but net. Rabtoy with 5 points. BFA up 14-5. 6:50 to go until halftime. BFA averages 56.6 points per game. They allow 57.9 points. CVU, pretty similar. They score just under 55 points per game, allowed just under 51. Again, BFA beat CVU in January at CVU. They won 51-44. The first time BFA had beaten CVU since December 2014. Get a quick foul. Called on CVU number 4, Brady Gangle. That's his first, team's first. 6:22 on the clock. Three-pointer up off the back. Alberico. But Alberico with the defensive play gets his hand on the pass, knocks it out of bounds. Will stay with CVU, but breaks up any speed CVU hopes to have in transition. So CVU inbounding. Jovel guarded by Sweeney. Stops at the elbow, kick out. Straight ahead three, no good for Scott. Alberico stops in the lane. Block by Connor Dubois. Got his hand on Lucas Roberts. Layup down low. Drive by Gangle. Tough angle, gets it to drop in. Gangle's first points of the game. 14-7, charge called on Lucas Robert. That's Robert's first foul. Team's first of the second quarter. BFA putting on some full court pressure. Kind of a loose full court pressure, just straight man-to-man. Not necessarily trying to force a turnover, more so just trying to make CVU think a little bit. Out of bounds off the hand of Lucas Robert. So CVU will pass in from the sideline. These two teams very familiar with each other. They have met in the playoffs the last 3 years in a row. CVU winning all of them. Foul gonna be called on Ryan Munger on the challenge. That's gonna be Munger's second personal. And I think Coach Menard gonna head to the bench. Munger now in some early foul trouble. 5:10 to go in the second quarter as Alex Jovel heads to the line. Misses the first free throw. And indeed, Munger will take a seat as Ryan Lockerbie checks in. CVU beat BFA in the first round last year, in the second round in 2024, and in the semifinals in 2023. And since these two teams are only one seed apart, right now in the D1 standings, we could be heading for a matchup the fourth year in a row, but we'll see. Still 2 regular season games to go for both these teams. And we'll get a foul, I think this time going to be called on Mac Alberico. That's his first. Team's third. 4:51 to go in the second quarter. BFA had a hot start in the first quarter, basically jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Have only scored 4 points since. Only 2 points so far this quarter. CVU has also only scored 2 points this quarter. But second quarter, definitely a lot more defensive. And we'll get an offensive foul called on CVU. Number 4, Brady Gangle, that's his second personal. Team second. 4.5 minutes to go in the second. Stebbins looking around. And I think we're gonna get Connor Dubois grabbing Ryan Lockerby's jersey as Lockerby was trying to set up down in the post. And that's Dubois' second personal foul. Right now, Coach Duncan electing to keep him in the game. So right now, both teams with their big men in early foul trouble, but Dubois staying in the game, Munger on the bench. Lockerby kicks it out. Stebbins with the drive, trying to shovel it over to Lockerby, but another foul called on CVU. That one's called on Owen Scott. That's his second personal. Team's fourth. So next CVU foul, BFA will be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Corner 3 off the back of the rim for Alberico, but offensive board by Lockerby. Now Lockerby guarded by Dubois. Lockerby fading to his left, unlucky roll. And then I think Lockerby is gonna get the foul called on him on the rebound. And if that is on Lockerby, that will be his second. It is indeed. So BFA, Coach Menard has some, gonna have to reach into his bench here with both Lockerby and Munger, each with 2 personals. And so out comes Anthony Fontaine, the senior. Not quite as tall as either of those guys, but will still make his way down low. CVU making this 9-14. Off the backboard, Sullivan Stebbins. His first points of the game. BFA up 16-9, 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Alex Jovel. Scott stuck underneath, now kicks it to the corner. Jovel, no good, the corner 3. Outlet pass, saved by Stebbins, but straight to a CVU player, and we'll get Michael LaValle with the foul. And that's his second personal. So BFA now with 3 players with 2 personal fouls. LaValle, Lockerby, and Munger. As Jovel misses the first free throw. And not a ton of scoring here in this second quarter. Both teams have only scored 4 points each. As I said, BFA hopped out to that quick 10-0 lead as Jovel hits the second free throw, his first point of the evening. BFA jumped out to that quick 10-0 lead in the first couple minutes, have only scored 6 points since. CVU, though, not a ton of scoring either. three up, no good for Fontaine. Rebound tracked down by Bakule. But jump ball, and we get a timeout called by CVU with 2:37 to go in the second quarter. BFA up 16-10. During this break, a word from one of our community sponsors. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services and the Afterglow Foundation are partnering to raise awareness and prevent suicide in our community. If you or someone you care about is struggling, remember, we are here for you, 24/7 and completely confidential. Call NCSS Emergency Services anytime at 802-524-6554, then press 1. Or connect with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling, texting, or chatting at 988. One call, one text, or one chat could save a life. .237 left in the second quarter. Bobwhites with a 16-10 lead. Redhawks inbounding. Here's Jovel in the corner. Now Scott, guarded by Raptoy. Scott driving with his left hand. Swinging the ball around, good movement for CVU, got the open three, unlucky. Sharon on the shot, but wide open outlet pass connects with Sullivan Stebbins, who lays it in. Stebbins with 4 points, BFA up 18-10. 2 minutes to go till halftime. Bakule setting the screen. Sharon trying to connect with Scott. Scott telling him, hey, pull up for the shot. Scott. Palilling goes behind the back. Now Jovel looking around. Drives with his left, loses the ball out of bounds, and turns it over to the Bobwhites. 1:43 on the clock. CVU putting on a full court press now. Full court zone press. BFA breaks it. Here's Stebbins driving. No call on the drive. CVU ball. Just under a minute and a half to go. Palilling stopped by Sweeney. Scott drives baseline. Quick stop, puts it up with his right hand and in. Scott with 7 points. Blocked by Bakule. Here comes CVU, trailing by 6, under a minute to go. Corner three, no good. Ball off the hands of CVU. Back to BFA, 44 seconds exactly till halftime. Both teams scoring 6 points each this quarter. BFA's got to get it across. They do, stuck in the corner now. And timeout called by Coach Menard. Smart timeout. CVU's full court press that time. A little bit of a slow burn, but effective. 32.2 on the clock. BFA up by 6. Coming out of the timeout, Max Sweeney will inbound on the sideline for the Bobwhites. 32 seconds to go. The drive by Robert to the left side, hit every part of the rim, bounced out. And now CVU quick, going the other way. Charlie Sharon lays it in, makes it a 4-point game. 10 seconds left. Fontaine, now Robert. Here's Raptoy. Raptoy, the long three off target. And at the half, BFA with a 4-point lead, 18-14 over the CVU Redhawks. Before we send it to half, we'd like to thank our community partners that help make this broadcast possible. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, the Afterglow Foundation, Northwestern Rehab Services, My Healthy Vermont, Notch, Stone's Auto St. Albans and Fairfield, Stewart's Clarence Brown, Handy Cars, Union Bank, JC Image, and Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to join our community partners and contribute to the production of these games, please contact Paul Snyder at Northwest Access TV at 802-782-8676. At halftime, BFA up 18-14 against CVU. We'll see you in a few minutes for the second half here in St. Albans. Welcome back here at BFA St. Albans. The Bobwhites have an 18-14 lead on the CVU Redhawks. You're watching Northwest Access TV. My name is Bryce Batchelder. Thanks for joining us for the second half. Scoring leaders so far for the game, Michael LaValle and Owen Scott, each with 7 points, leading all players in scoring. For BFA, Trip Raptoy with 4, Sullivan Stebbins with 4, Trip Raptoy with 5, Sullivan Stebbins with 4, and Ryan Lockerbie with 2. For CVU, Charlie Sharon with 4, Brady Gangle with 2, and Alex Jovel with 1. Bigger story is the fouls. Both teams with multiple players with 2 personal fouls. So we're gonna start seeing some folks starting the third quarter who we haven't seen a while in the second because of the foul situation. But LaValle, Lockerbie, and Munger all with 2 personal fouls for BFA, and then Gangle, Scott, and Dubois each with 2 personals for CVU. It's a drive for Max Sweeney, stopped at the opposite block. Now in the lane, floater no good, but gets his own offensive rebound, LaValle. And now brings it back out, goes to Munger in the very high post, now just about at the 3-point line. He started at the high post. And going back down to Munger with the bounce, drops it in. Munger's first points of the evening puts BFA up 20-14. BFA jumped out to an early 10-0 lead only a couple minutes into the game. Scoring has slowed down significantly since then. They outscored CVU 12-5 in the first quarter, and then both teams scored 8 apiece in the second. We get a BFA foul, I think it's gonna be on Mac Alberico. It is not, it is on CVU, Charlie Sharon. His second personal, team's first. Alberico thought it was on him because he kind of gave a look to the official, but indeed on CVU. A minute and a half into the second quarter. Again, this game really important for playoff positioning. Munger right there to clean up the glass. Munger with 4 quick points here in the third quarter. As I was saying, this game really important for playoff seeding. CVU is number 5 in D1, BFA number 6. CVU with only 0.11 index points ahead of BFA. As Bukule going to the line for an and 1 opportunity, his first points of the evening. Makes it 22-16. BFA foul on number 22, Mac Alberico. That's his second personal. Team's first. Bukule misses the free throw. Now the drive on the other end. LaValle bounces out. Ball loose on the ground. Sweeney dived down, fighting with Bukule. In the basketball sense of the word fighting. And timeout called by BFA. Try to save the possession with 5:21 to go in the third quarter. And during this timeout, I'll take an opportunity to share a station note. We are only 20 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. If you can do us a favor and hit subscribe, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting Northwest Access TV. And by the way, once we get to 4,000 subscribers, we are going to release a never-before-seen series starring the one and only Tom Messner. And I will also say, I make a few appearances. I know my mom is excited to hear that. But Tom Messner in the Northwest Access TV studio. So subscribe, get up to 4,000, Check out a new, never-before-seen series from Northwest Access TV. Back to action, just over 5 minutes. Max Sweeney drives in. Now Munger hands it off. Stebbins gonna drive with the right hand. A little out of control on that shot. Rebound to Connor Dubois. CVU swinging the ball around the outside. Palilling directing his team, asking them where to go. Palilling gonna use the screen. Dubois with the roll. Palilling doesn't look for him, draws the foul. Foul on number 14, Max Sweeney. That's his first, team second. Six-point game, 4.5 to go. Here's the drive, baseline. Dubois quickly double team, finds the cutting Charlie Sharon, who's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. BFA foul on number 24, Michael LaValle. That's his third, team's third. 4:20 on the clock. Sharon misses the first. We haven't seen either team make 2 free throws in a row yet this evening. In a tight game, could be won or lost at the free throw line. Sharon goes 1 for 2. He now has 5 points, makes this a 5-point game. CVU trailing 17-22, just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Three-pointer up, good! Max Sweeney, his first points of the game, puts BFA up by 8. The drive for Sharon, finds Bakule, cutting baseline. Bakule gets it to Dubois. Dubois with the right-handed fadeaway. Dubois knocks it in. His first points, makes it 19-25, 3:40 to go. BFA swinging the ball. Down low to Munger. Munger kicks it out, Raptoy drives to the elbow, gonna lean in, gets it to fall. Raptoy with 7 points. BFA up, back by 8. Outscoring CVU 9-5 so far in this third quarter. Still got plenty of time left. Dubois getting back to work down low now with 4 points. Makes it a 6-point game. Dubois corrals the rebound away from Munger. Guarded by Lockerbie, gonna drive in. Pass behind Bakule, picked up by Munger. Stebbins, open in the lane. I think he probably should have gone up for it, but finds Munger. Munger pulls up, draws the foul on Bakule. That's Bakule's first personal, team second. Munger at the line for 2 free throws. Hits the first. Jovel and Simons checks in for the Red Hawks. Munger 2 for 2 from the line. The first time either team has gone 2 for 2 from the free throw line this evening. BFA up by 8. Palilling. Crossovers with the left hand. A pretty move, couldn't get it to drop. Stebbins over to Munger, cross half court. Lockerbie kicks it to the corner. A couple pump fakes for BFA, but they don't pull the trigger. Now Lockerbie down low, kicks it to the corner again. Now Munger. Munger, the layup, the foul. Munger has 8 points, all of them this quarter. CVU foul on number 20, Tyler Simons, that's his first. Team's third. Munger trying to complete the three-point play. Does not. Rebounded by CVU. CVU pushing the pace, trying to catch BFA in transition. BFA solid defense. Not giving CVU any space. BFA foul that time called on number 10, Lucas Robert. That's his second, team's fourth. Jovel passes down low to Dubois with a nice reverse layup between two BFA defenders. Raptoy driving with his left, had Munger rolling. Instead goes to Robert. Robert drives, draws the contact. Go to the line for free throws. CVU foul on number 11, Owen Scott. That's his third personal. Team's fourth. Both teams with 4 fouls in this third quarter. Robert misses the first. Mentioned before, BFA snapped a 16-game losing streak to CVU earlier this season in January. Last time BFA had one was December 2014, as Robert hits one of 2 free throws. And now BFA trying to sweep the season series. But still a lot of time left, and even though 9 points is certainly a hill to climb in high school basketball, it can absolutely be done. And of course, CVU is a program that can do it. .45 seconds left in the quarter. Stebbins goes to Munger. And we're gonna get Tyler Simons with another foul. His hand on the waist of Munger. He didn't love the call, but it is what it is. Munger heading to the line for 2 free throws, puts BFA in the bonus. Munger hits the first and puts BFA up by 10 with 40.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. Munger misses the second. He and his coach having a laugh over the air ball, but Munger with some really good free throw shooting up until that one. BFA full court press. CVU gets it across, trying to speed up the game. The drive. Gangle doesn't get the layup to drop, but draws the foul. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. BFA foul on number 10, Lucas Robert. That's his third. 33.1 seconds to go. Gangle hits the first. Scoring has picked up this quarter. BFA has scored 15, CVU has scored 10. The highest scoring quarter for both teams. Gangle 2 for 2 on that trip. He has 4 points. Makes it an 8-point game. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Stebbins. Goes to Fontaine. Fontaine looking around at the three-point line. Stebbins goes opposite side of the court. 14 seconds on the clock. Ball pokes out, stays here with BFA. .4 seconds. BFA inbounding. Here's Raptoy. Gets it across half court. 5 seconds now. Stebbins drives, blocked from behind by Gangle. BFA doesn't get a shot off, and at the end of 3, the Bobwhites with an 8-point lead, 33-25 over the CVU Redhawks. During this break, we'd like to thank our community partners that help make this broadcast possible. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, the Afterglow Foundation, Northwestern Rehab Services, My Healthy Vermont, Notch, Stone's Auto, St. Albans and Fairfield, Stewart's Clarence Brown, Handy Cars, Union Bank, JC Image, and Collins Purley Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to join our community partners and contribute to the production of these games, please contact Paul Snyder at Northwest Access TV, 802-782-8676. And again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We're a community media center. We live stream these high school sports for free. We love doing it. We love putting it out to the community for free, but we would also humbly ask for your donations. If you do feel so inclined to give, you can go to northwestaccess.tv/donate. And if you want to find out what else we do besides just live streaming high school games, visit us in St. Albans at our studios. Our studio is open and available to the public for use, also for free. If you have an idea for a show, we'd love to help you get started. Start of the fourth quarter, a big fourth quarter for both teams in a tight playoff seeding on the line. 3, no good for CVU. Foul called on BFA. I think it'll be on Max Sweeney. Nope, they called it on Sullivan Stebbins. That's his second. Team's first. So CVU got some work to do in this fourth quarter as Munger gets a hand on the inbounds pass, knocks it out of bounds. It stays here with CVU. Still BFA happy with that result. Again, CVU 5th right now in D1, BFA 6th. Only .11 index points separate them. So you better believe this game will have an impact on where both of these teams fall in the D1 standings heading into the playoffs. Both teams only have 2 regular season games to go. Three-pointer off target, DuBois with the offensive rebound. These teams have also met in the playoffs the last 3 years running, CVU winning each matchup. And so far, these two teams so close in the standings. Could be another potential one coming up this year as Brady Gangle gets the shot to drop and he's fouled. He'll head to the line for an and one. BFA foul on number 43, Ryan Munger. That's his 3rd, team's 2nd. Makes this a 6-point game. Could bring CVU within 5. Does not. Munger with the rebound, but Gangle now with 6 points in the game. CVU trailing by 6. Munger, well outside. Keeps it, gives it to Stebbins in the corner. It's out to Sweeney, to Munger. At about the free throw line, hands it off to Raptoy. Raptoy quickly surrounded by 3 CVU defenders, has to kick it back out. CVU bench clapping for their defense. Stebbins will put up a 3. Bounces off into the hands of Gangle. They're gonna call the foul before the shot. So CVU will inbound underneath their basket. BFA foul on number 11, Trip Raptoy. His first, team's third. So BFA, in just a minute and a half have committed 3 fouls. CVU has not committed any. So CVU, if they kind of play some situational basketball right now, try to go foul hunting, could make up the 6-point deficit from the free throw line, but ball loose, Munger diving on the ground, and they're gonna call a foul on Alex Jovel. Munger immediately dove on the ground for the ball, got position on it, almost sort of like when football players go for the fumble. And then Jovel jumped in late, and so he's called for the foul. That's his first personal, team's third. LaValle turns to his left, stops at the free throw line. Back to Sweeney. BFA holding on to a narrow 6-point lead. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Swinging the ball around. Here's Stebbins. BFA should be nice and patient. Clock is on their side. Munger blocked up top, fouled on the body though. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. A CVU foul called on number 15, Connor Dubois. That's his third. Team second. Munger with 9 points in the game, all scored in the third quarter. And misses the first. Wouldn't have counted anyway if it dropped in. The ball had bounced up, hit the basket support, which is out of play. Oh for 2 on that trip for Munger, who had been reliable in the third quarter. But CVU steps on the baseline out of bounds. That was Alex Jovel who got the rebound and stepped on the line, so hands it back to BFA underneath their own basket. Inbound pass to LaValle off the backboard. He has 9 points. Technical foul called on BFA. I think called on LaValle after the shot. And that counts as LaValle's 4th personal foul. And so Owen Scott heads to the line for the technical free throws. Misses the first. Scott goes 1 for 2. He has 8 points. CVU trailing by 7. 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Playoff seating on the line. Here's the drive along the baseline. Munger might have gotten a fingertip on it. Either way, Dubois with the offensive board. Goes to the corner, 3 up for Gangle. Bounces off the rim. Ball still loose. And we're gonna get a jump ball called. Possession goes to BFA as Coach Menard telling his team, hey, grab the ball. Stop trying to tip it on the rebound. Just hold on to it. So BFA breaks the CVU press, trying to protect a 7-point lead with just over 5 minutes to go. Lockerbie goes to Munger, and they're gonna get Dubois. And that'll be Dubois' 4th personal. Dubois with his hands all over Munger. So BFA inbounding. Out to Stebbins. Right back to Munger. Munger quickly double teamed. But that's what you do when you double teamed. Someone's wide open, in this case, Ryan Lockerbie. Lockerbie has 4 points on the game. Gives BFA a 9-point lead, but not for long. Gangle hits the three, makes this a 6-point game once again, and an immediate timeout called by Coach Ernie Duncan. During this break, a word from one of our community partners. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services and the Afterglow Foundation are partnering to raise awareness and prevent suicide in our community. If you or someone you care about is struggling, remember, we are here for you 24/7 and completely confidential. Call NCSS Emergency Services anytime at 802-524-6554, then press 1. Or connect with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling, texting, or chatting at 988. One call, one text, or one chat could save a life. Scoring leaders for the game, nobody in double figures, but Michael LaValle, Ryan Munger, and Brady Gangle all with 9 points apiece to lead all scorers in the game. For CVU, Owen Scott with 8 and Connor Dubois with 6, Charlie Sharon with 5. For BFA, Trip Raptoy with 7, Stebbins and Lockerbie each with 4. And here is Stebbins, gets the ball across midcourt. BFA up by 6, just under 5 minutes to go. CVU will need to make some defensive stops and make BFA pay on the other end. Every time CVU has sort of started to inch closer, they've kind of gotten within 6 points. BFA makes a little run to extend it once again, and we're gonna jump ball. BFA had lost the ball. Charlie Sharon was racing to the other side. Solid defense by BFA to catch up behind him and force the jump ball. Possession will stay here with CVU. It's Palilling. Inbounds, long pass all the way out to Gangle. Gangle now, Bukule kicks it to the corner. Here's Scott driving. And now driving down the middle, blocked by Munger. And here's Stebbins. 3-point up, off the back iron. Palilling with the rebound. CVU trying to pick up the pace. That's what they need right now. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 6-point game. Playoff seeding on the line. Gangle drives, fadeaway jumper off the front of the rim, rebounded by Lockerbie. Now BFA, they got to think about some situational basketball right now as Bukule called for the foul. Tell you, Munger has drawn a ton of those fouls. He had a really effective third quarter, scored 9 points in the third. And so now anytime he's getting an entry pass into either the high post or low post, CVU with their hands all over him. If I was BFA, I'd just go hunting that. Similar to sometimes a quarterback hunting a pass interference call. They're gonna have their hands around the waist, try to pass the ball into him, get the ref's attention. 3 up, just rattles out for Brady Gangle. Munger with the rebound. 3:20 on the clock. Raptoy drives with his left, finds the rolling LaValle, no good. Rebound picked up by Gangle, called for the carry. Coach Duncan doesn't love the call, but the referee explaining why it was indeed a carry, and so turns it over to BFA. 3:03 left. Max Sweeney inbounding for the Bobwhites. Raptoy now down to Munger. Munger going to work. Throws up with the right hand. He's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2 more free throws. And that was foul number 5 on number 15, Connor Dubois. So he is done for the evening. He will finish with 6 points on the night. Played effective defense. Got some rebounds. Had a real tough matchup with Munger. Munger is tough to guard. He did an admirable job, helped his team, but he checks out with 2:56 left in the game as Munger hits the first free throw, and Munger is now the first player in double digits in the entire game with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. He has 11 points. BFA up by 8, 39-31. Palilling drives. Unlucky bounce at the rim. And here's BFA. Could make their lead double digits. Going back down to Munger. Munger kicks it out. Rabtoy with a quick pump fake, puts up the three, nails it. Rabtoy with 10 points. BFA up 42-31, the largest lead they've had in this second half. Palilling's three, no good. The save, another try, long two, foot on the line by Brady Gangle. He has 11 points. CVU trailing by 9. Timeout called, 2:07 to go in the fourth quarter. We have got a good one. During this break, we'll share the station note. Once again, we are 20 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers on the Northwest Access TV YouTube channel. If you can do us a favor, go and hit subscribe. We want to hit 4,000. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting Northwest Access TV. Again, once we hit 4,000 subscribers, we'll release a completely unaired series we've been holding on to for a while, starring local legend Tom Messner. But out of the timeout, 2:07 to go. BFA up by 9. BFA beat CVU back in January, the first time beating CVU since the 2014-15 season. CVU had previously beaten BFA 16 times in a row, including the playoffs. BFA with a chance to sweep the season series. Trip Rabtoy, back-to-back threes. 13 points, BFA up by 12. Backdoor cut, Charlie Sharon couldn't get the layup to drop. CVU gonna have to start thinking about fouling. Forces the turnover. Here's Scott, he draws the foul. I think it'll be called on Stebbins. It is that Stebbins third personal. Both teams in the bonus. Owen Scott heads to the line for 2 free throws. Misses the first. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. One for 2 for Owen Scott. He has 9 points. 11-point lead for BFA. Minute and a half left. Oh, BFA just saves it from a backcourt. And here's Stebbins. Now they'll get Tyler Simons with the reach in. This is about foul time for CVU. That's Simons' third personal. Sends Stebbins to the line for 2 free throws. 1:18 to go. Again, CVU is in 5th place in D1. Their index score is 2.82. They're behind Burlington, who has an index score of 2.97. BFA 6th in D1 as Stebbins hits 1 of 2. Puts BFA up by 12. BFA just behind CVU by 0.11 index points. Palilling, his first 3 points of the game, makes it a 9-point game. Timeout called, 1:05 to go in this fourth quarter. CVU down by 9. The scoring has honestly been tight for most of the game. If CVU drops this one, really, it's the first quarter that's to blame. BFA jumped out to a quick 10-0 lead in the first couple minutes. Ended up outscoring CVU 12-5 in that first quarter. CVU outscored BFA in the second 9-6. BFA outscored CVU 15-11 in the third. And now here in the fourth, BFA 13, CVU 12. So the scoring is tight. The difference maker could be that first quarter and that opening 10-0 run that BFA had. Now last season in the game here at BFA, BFA also jumped out to a quick double-digit lead on CVU, but then CVU had like a 20-0 run in the second quarter to totally flip the script, took utter control of that game, and won comfortably. This time BFA, learning from the past, jumped out to their lead, has kept it the rest of the way. 1 minute to go. CVU almost got the steal, but Owen Scott stepped on the line out of bounds. Turns it back over to BFA. 59.9 on the clock. CVU probably will have to start fouling. And I think Coach Menard ends up calling a timeout as they were trapped right at the midcourt line. 49.3 seconds left in the fourth. Scoring leaders for the game, Trip Radtoy leads all players with 13 points. For BFA, Ryan Munger has 11. All of those scored in the second half. And then Michael LaValle with 9, Stebbins with 5, Lockerbie 4, Sweeney 3, and Robert 1. And for CVU, as Brady Gangle, 11 points, leads his team. Owen Scott with 9, Connor Dubois 6. He has since fouled out. Charlie Sharon with 5, Adrian Palilling 3, Brodij Bakule 2, and Alex Jovel with 1. BFA trying to hold on these last 49 seconds. Next two games for BFA, they play Monday out South Burlington. South Burlington is second in D1, but then they play next Thursday at Colchester, who's currently 10th in the D1 standings. Checked those updated this afternoon. There's another CVU foul. The next two games for CVU, they play Monday against Essex, who is 13th in the D1 standings, and then next Thursday versus Rice, who currently holds the first place spot in Division I. Munger hits the first free throw. He has 12 points. CVU foul on number 2, Blake Companion. That's his first. Munger 1 for 2 on that trip. 45 seconds to go. Sharon with the ball now. Three-pointer up good for Companion. His first points makes it a 7-point game. 35 seconds. BFA in trouble. Coach Menard going to call another timeout. And this is why you are smart with your timeouts if you're a coach. You got to save them for situations like here. 33 seconds left on the clock. BFA with a 7-point lead. So a very uphill battle for CVU, but again, not impossible. They would need to force a couple turnovers, hit a few quick shots. Definitely easier said than done, but the game is not over yet. Again, CVU 5th in the D1 standings. They're only 0.15 index points behind Burlington for that 4th spot, but BFA closely trailing CVU, 6th in the D1 standings, just 0.11 index points behind CVU. So this game, the outcome of this game, which right now, BFA in pole position to win this one, will certainly have an impact on where these teams end up. Each of them only 2 regular season games remaining after this one. And then it's playoff time. CVU foul called. Just under 30 seconds on the clock. CVU foul on number 3, Adrian Palilling, that's his first. And Max Sweeney heads to the line. CVU has beaten BFA in the playoffs 3 years running. Sweeney hits the first. Beat BFA in the first round last year, in the second round in 2024, and in the semifinals in 2023. But BFA looking to exercise some demons against CVU. Sweeney goes 2 for 2. 9-point lead, 3-pointer up, just rattles out. Ball out of bounds. Yep, good call by the official. They're gonna get Mac Alberico on the hold. CVU in the bonus, and so they get a chance for some free throws here with exactly 21 seconds on the clock. That's Alberico's 3rd personal. Again, CVU had a 16-game win streak against BFA, including the playoffs, dating back to 2014. BFA turning things around here this season, now has an opportunity to sweep the season series with CVU. One for 2 in the trip for Companion. 15 seconds to go. BFA just gonna hold on to the ball, let CVU foul them. (49-41), 14.6 on the clock. CVU foul on Palilling, that's his 2nd personal. Sweeney misses the first. Both teams have scored 16 points this quarter. Highest scoring quarter in the entire game for either team. Sweeney 1 for 2 from the line, makes this a 50-41 game. 3-pointer good for Charlie Sharon. CVU, in the words of Monty Python, not dead yet. 6-point game, 7.9 seconds, 2 possession. Have to force a couple turnovers, hit a couple threes. It's hard, not impossible. Timeout here called by Coach Duncan. Yeah, next 2 games for BFA, they play Monday at South Burlington, who's currently 2nd in D1, and then next Thursday at Colchester, who's 10th in Division I standings. Those are the Bobwhites' final 2 regular season games. And for CVU, they'll play Monday at home against Essex, who's currently 13th in the D1 standings, and then next Thursday against Rice, who is 1st in Division I. And likewise, those are the Red Hawks' final 2 regular season games, and then both teams will head to the playoffs. Playoffs usually just in time for town meeting day. BFA passes in to Isaac Brannon, who will head to the free throw line. 6.8 seconds left on the clock. CVU foul on Adrian Palilling. That's his third. Brandon checking in, immediately getting some opportunities at the free throw line. Short on the first. One for two. Brandon's first point of the night, 51-44, 5 seconds to go. Palilling puts up the three. No good, that rebound will do it. BFA sweeps the season series against CVU with a 51-44 win here in St. Albans. More importantly, that's going to help them try to overtake CVU in the Division I standings. As of this afternoon, CVU in 5th, BFA in 6th. CVU with just a very narrow .11 index point lead on BFA, who is also just trailing very narrowly Burlington for that 4 spot. So still a lot of jockeying to go. Both teams only 2 regular season games left. Before we go, we'd like to thank our community partners that help make this broadcast possible. Northwestern Counseling and Support Services, the Afterglow Foundation, Northwestern Rehab Services, My Healthy Vermont, Notch, Stone's Auto St. Albans and Fairfield, Stewart's Clarence Brown, Handy Cars, Union Bank, JC Image, and Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to join our community partners and contribute to the production of these games, please contact Paul Snyder at Northwest Access TV at 802-782-8676. Make sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Trying to hit 4,000 subscribers this week. Some final scoring leaders for the game. Trip Raptoy led all players in the game with 13. Ryan Munger with 12. Michael LaValle with 9. Max Sweeney with 6. And for CVU, Brady Gangle led his team with 11. Owen Scott with 9. Charlie Sharon with 8. And Connor Dubois with 6. Again, BFA with the 51-44 win over the CVU Redhawks. I'd like to thank you to Hunter, our videographer. Thank you for tuning in. You've been watching Northwest Access TV. I've been Bryce Batchelder. We'll see you next time.